Hey everyone, Steven here, and today I'm reviewing the Onforu Bluetooth Lantern speakers. Let's get into the specs first, and then I'll cover what I like and any potential negatives about the product. The Onforu Bluetooth Lantern speakers are two 25-watt speakers with two 12.5-watt full-range drivers and two passive radiators on each speaker, which are also equipped with a 3-inch mid-bass, 1-inch tweeter, and 1 air duct. These have a 1% harmonic distortion and create a 360-degree stereo surround sound. The signal-to-noise ratio is equal to or less than 85 decibels, and the delay time between speakers is equal to or less than 3 milliseconds. These have three 2200 milliamp batteries in each speaker for a total of 6600 milliamps, which take 3 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. At 100%, this can last 20 hours on medium volume and 10 hours with medium volume and the lights on. This has a standby time of 300 plus hours. The lights include 56 LEDs with 8 color options I will showcase in a little bit. This works via Bluetooth for a 30 to 60 foot range, or you can plug in a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary cable. The operating temperature range is 32 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 0 to 40 degrees Celsius. This is IPX5 rated for dust and splash protection. Inside of the box, you will find 2 speakers and the charging cable. This costs $165.99 on Amazon with frequent sales and discounts. Moving on to the physical features, you have the handles on top for easy carrying, and once you lift these up, you can feel how solid they are, which is very good. I don't have any concern here with these being able to top over easily because of wind or the surface they're on getting bumped, which part of that is because the rubber pads on the bottom provide extra grip. I did make sure to weigh these, and these weigh a little over 5 pounds each. The design makes these look like lanterns, which I like, and the light being on 2 sides and the speakers on the others presents a very nice overall look. On the front, you will find the 7 function and display buttons. Starting on the left and moving to the right, you have the power button, Bluetooth button, light on/off button with brightness control, color/time setting button, sync button, volume down button, and volume up button. Each button has an LED light to indicate what's going on with the device, and I like this feature as it can be frustrating not knowing if a button is registering or not on other devices that don't actually have an LED light for it. On the back, you can pull down a rubber cover which hides the charging port, auxiliary in, and reset button. So now that I've covered the specs and physical features, let's get into what I like about this product, and I'm happy to say I really like the sound and lights. Those are the 2 main reasons to buy this, and I think they deliver on that. The sound quality is good with it not sounding flat or oversaturated with bass. Now you can't adjust the EQ settings from the device, but lots of apps like Spotify have their own EQ settings that will allow you to tailor the sound more to your liking. The lights do a really good job of accenting an area with a splash of color. I wish I could show video of my daughter dancing to these, as she absolutely loves these, but she's in her diaper only, so don't want to showcase that. She goes bonkers for the combo of the music and lights, and I actually have to eventually pull her away from these because she'll keep going back to them because she just enjoys them so much. And with that being said, I am showcasing the different lighting functions that you have with this, and I'm making sure that they are labeled so you know which is which. I personally really like the color changing pulse, which it actually just pulses with the beat of whatever music that you're listening to, and it just has a cool accent in my opinion. With that also being said, let's go ahead and do a quick sound test on this, and I am going to be showcasing license-free music. That way I'm not getting hit on YouTube or any other platform for copyright infringement. And this is going to be music from TotalXclipse. He is a fellow YouTuber. He has some really good stuff that if you're a streamer or anything like that, you can actually utilize his music absolutely for free. And so I will have a link for his Spotify profile in the description if you want to check out his stuff. And let's go ahead and get into the sound test now. So that was the sound test, and as you can tell, these get quite loud. I'm standing with the camera probably 20-25 feet away with this, and then I was turning the volume all the way down and then turning it back up. That way you can kind of hear the range that you would potentially get out of this. I do want to note also that I had to adjust this in post because it got so loud, but I'm using a shotgun mic. I brought the gain down a little bit, so I wanted it to match more what I'm actually hearing, because it almost just kind of blew the volume up a little bit too high. So I got this as close to what I think it sounds like in person as I could with this. Also, I recorded in my house because I didn't want to use these outside at max volume, just because I know that it would probably disrupt the neighbors and they wouldn't really like these going full blast towards their houses. And so setup with these was quick and simple with the Bluetooth connection, and then linking these together was just as easy. Since there are two, you could use one in a certain area and the other one somewhere else if you wanted to, which I really like. So you could actually split these up. So if I have a party and I have one speaker in the house playing some music that's different than what I want to play in the backyard, I could actually do that. The handles double as an easy option for carrying these, which we covered, but also for hanging them off of the ground in a good position on a porch or patio area. And this is another nice touch that I'm excited to use more in the summer. So between the ease of use, the sound quality here, the lighting with this, the different versatility options that you have with this, I think these are just really great speakers for parties, for your backyard. And also, I own a personal training studio, and these are going to be great for when I want to actually bring them up there for whether it's training or the workshops that we host, where we actually have a lot more people and I need something bigger than just the small Bluetooth speaker that I have up there. These are going to work really well for that. And so now let's move on to the negatives here. And I'm actually happy to say that I don't have any standout ones with my opinion on these. And there are a couple areas of improvement that would be nice, but they're almost a gray area because some of these actually have a workaround. So if you know what you could do to work around that, it may be something that's not going to be an issue at all. And with some of these, if it's something where it's not going to fit your needs and you know ahead of time, then you don't buy these. You wouldn't be upset with what's going on if it's something where it wouldn't deliver on what you need it to do for you. Now, earlier I think I said these sound great and they get plenty loud, which is still true. But I do wish the sound would get 20% louder at max volume and the lights could get 20% brighter on these individually. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but these would be perfect if they just had that little bit extra increase in those areas. Now here's the workaround though. You can link a bunch of these together. So I only have two. If I did want to work around this, I could buy another 2, another 4. I could have 6 of these total. And now I'm going to link all of those together. They're all going to play the same sound. I'm going to get that increase in volume if I want it and more light. And so for me, that may be actually something that I do, because the lighting here in the summer on the back patio is just something that I think is going to add a great accent to that area while still being able to play some music when we do have people over for parties and things like that. And it's something that my kids get to enjoy as well. And the last thing here would be the fact that this doesn't come with an app, which I personally like the simplicity of, but that also means that there are no EQ settings, which I mentioned earlier. You could address this through certain apps like Spotify, but it also means that the lighting options here are simple. I think this would be perfectly fine for most people, but more options would be nice down the road. It just means that this would need an app in order to get some of these things, because my first thing that comes to my mind is like a candle light flicker on the light, where it could mimic, again, a candle light. It could mimic maybe a fireplace or something like that, and you could get different options, but again, you're going to need an app in order to get that. And I've mentioned this being something that I'm excited for summer, but also for fall. Anybody that follows along with the channel knows that I'm really big into Halloween and decorating. And so I'm actually going to be hanging these 2 speakers up in the trees. They will have the red light, which is awesome, or I could do green. But it would also be cool if I could make them flash, or it could be a breathing between red and green or green and purple or something like that, where you could actually tailor the lighting a little bit more. But again, you're not going to have that. So you get the simplicity, which is awesome. But if you need some of those other features with the lighting, you're not going to get it with this right now, unfortunately. So that's actually going to be it for this video. Overall, I am extremely happy with these speakers. I think they did a great job with these. I'm probably going to get 2 more just because I want the 4 or maybe even 4 more, get the 6 set up because I want just those lights on the back porch, but also again, I can use them for other things like Halloween or Christmas parties. There's just so many options with this that I'm excited to actually use this with. So that's going to be it for this one. I will have a link in the description if you want to pick these up. If you have any questions on this product, let me know in the comment section. I will make sure that I answer that for you there. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.